What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky back with Video Homicide. Welcome to day 18 of the 31 Days of Horror here at Video Homicide. I'm proud to finally get a John Carpenter flick on this list. Now, I toyed around with the idea for a while. Which one was I going to do? Same with Wes Craven, because I kind of want to get a Wes Craven film in here, Tobe Hooper kind of thing. But I definitely landed on The Fog from 1981. I believe 1981 or 19... Well, the copyright on here says 1979, but I believe the film's from about 1980 or 81, which would place it, right after Escape from New York, I believe, Halloween. So The Fog is one of those movies that when I first watched it, I was very, not let down, but I wasn't very stoked for it because I was off the rails of, or coming off the rails of Halloween, The Thing, Escape from New York, They Live, all those kind of classic John Carpenter flicks. And when I watched this, it was a little lackluster for me, but it did have a few saving graces back when I first watched it years ago. Tom Atkins being one, Hal Holbrook, and Adrienne Barbeau. There's Jamie Lee Curtis is in this film. It's action-packed, or excuse me, not action-packed. It's got a star-studded cast, rather. And it is a really good film now that I've rewatched it. I watched it last night, and I had a lot of fun with it. This movie is all about... way back, like 100 years ago, there was this, colony of lepers that wanted to settle near this town, and the priest, along with a few other people, they banded together. They didn't want them to stay, and they basically killed them and robbed them of all their gold. So now 100 years has passed, and the ghosts of the lepers are coming back to kill the descendants, so to speak. And it's really fucking actually pretty cool. I like the backstory. It opens up with this old man giving a story to these kids, much like Friday the 13th Part 3, I think, or 2. I can't remember exactly, but I really like that opening in films, like where it's a campfire story. And they do it pretty successful here. It's basically the skipper from Gilligan's Island, like a drunken version of the skipper. And, he tells these kids about this boat. I believe it was called, the Gloria Dane or something like that. And either way... this fog starts rolling into the town, and I believe our first batch of people to get killed are these fishermen who are out getting pissed to the gills on the water, and this fog starts rolling in, all their electricity goes to shit, and one by one they're killed by these ghosts, these pirate ghosts. If you're a fan of South Park, you might know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's good. Adrienne Barbeau is a radio DJ in this film, and it's kind of a weird spot to have a DJ booth on a lighthouse that's down fucking 500 stairs to get to. I thought that it's cool. I think it's a cool job, but I would definitely want to live there. I wouldn't want to have to fucking go up those stairs every fucking time I wanted to go, go home or what. It's either way. I had fun with it. One of the funniest parts, or part that I like a lot about this film, is Tom Atkins is just this dude driving down the street. He picks up Jamie Lee Curtis. She's like, "You're not a weirdo, are you?" And he's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh, thank God." Because, and next thing you know, he's drinking a beer, and he goes, "Sip," and she starts drinking the beer. And then all of a sudden, the car just turns off, the glass smashes, and, lo and behold, she just ends back up at Tom Atkins' house, they banged. And he's looking at all of her drawings, and the fog starts rolling in, and they don't get killed there or anything like that. But I kind of like the idea that she's this artist, this artist that's traveling from place to place. I would have loved to see the art. But, it was kind of didn't really need to be in the movie if you think about it. It doesn't go anywhere with it, but I still enjoy it. And, Adrienne Barbeau, she's got this babysitter watching her kid. And actually, before the babysitter comes along, her son is out by the beach, and he sees this coin, and then this coin turns into a piece of driftwood, which says Dane on it, which is the second half of the name of the ship that was housing the lepers. And then she has it, and then all of a sudden she takes it back, or she takes it to her radio station, and it starts fucking leaking water and the whole 9 yards, of course. But I think the best part of this film is definitely the priest, and I like how he finds this book that's bellowed behind the wall, bricked in. John Carpenter's even in this film for a bit role as the priest's assistant or something like that. But I liked how he finds this journal, and it tells the story of what happened. So that he's the one that puts the pieces together. He knows that, the gold of these lepers was stolen and crafted into this cross. And then at the end of the film, he presents the cross to the lead ghost, Blake, I believe his name was. And at the end, he gets his head cut off. But you don't really. It's a good, fun movie. I can't believe I overlooked it for so long. I do think it's one of Carpenter's better films because it's creepy. It's unlike anything I've really seen. It plays out more like a Hammer horror film, you know what I mean, as opposed to like Halloween or The Thing. Like it's a slasher film, I guess. Like if kind of, you know what I mean. It's more of a ghost story, and I like that, and I like the way that the ghosts look. I believe the ghosts were done up by Rob Bottin in this film. Janet Leigh is actually in this film as well. Who of course Jamie Lee Curtis's mother, who was in The Shining. But nonetheless, The Fog is a movie that I don't think gets talked about enough. I do think it deserves more respect because it is good. And like I said, that lead fucking zombie at the end, or lead ghost, like he just looks so cool. Like, I like they have their weapons are all unique, like these like kind of weird farm tools almost. Because it's crazy because like you got to think about it like back in terms of 100 years ago or longer by now, but people were so afraid of the unknown and stuff. So it goes to reason that, and not only that, but the church is fucking crooked as fuck, and it shows it in this movie. So you got this crooked church priest guy, mix it in with these like people that are just trying to live, you know what I mean? And that's the sad part about this stuff. Like these guys just wanted to have a place to live, and it was the greed, like through the church's greed. It's just fuck. Good flick. Okay, so it's crazy because today is the 18th, and that's why this video is so late today. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Hopefully we'll be able to get a live stream in over the weekend, maybe Friday, Saturday night kind of thing. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody for watching. Leave a 666 in the comments, and adios. Watch The Fog. It's good.